to say that I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
it's a well-deserved honor, and I'm glad that we're doing it.
Very much so. Move to appoint Joseph Perkins, 55 Carriage Hill Drive, Niantic, as a member of the Board of Police Commissioners with a term to expire on January 8, 2024.
Second?
Comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain?
Move to appoint Stephen Rebolowski, 24 McKinnon Place, East Lyme, as a member of the Board of Police Commissioners with a term to expire on January 8, 2024.
Second.
Comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Okay.
Move to appoint Carol Russell, 4 Bramble Bush Drive, Niantic, and Mark Nickerson, 15 Jean Drive, East Lyme, Connecticut, as representatives to the Advisory Board of the Southeast Connecticut Water Authority with terms to expire on January 3rd, 2022.
Second.
Comments?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
one is to be a representative on the authority, and the other one is an advisor, but is it the same?
Yes, it's, yeah,
It is the same.
exactly the same, yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
it is. They're not the same? All right, I tried to, because,
It's the water authority.
One's on the water authority, one's on the advisory board of the authority. I don't know if it's.
all right, let's
No,
just,
it's the same.
it's just,
It's
yeah.
the Southeast Connecticut Water Authority.
They're listed differently on the town assignment list.
Okay.
All right, I just tried to combine them both since it was both of the same commission. Okay, I'll withdraw my motion. Move to appoint Carol Russell, 4 Bramble Bush Drive, Niantic, as a representative on the Southeast Connecticut Water Authority to a term to expire on January 3rd, 2022.
Second.
Okay, it's been seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Okay.
Move to appoint Mark Nickerson, 15 Jean Drive, East Lyme, as a representative to the Advisory Board of the Southeast Connecticut Water Authority with a term to expire on January 3rd, 2022.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Okay.
Move to appoint Thomas Como, 12 Bob White Lane, East Lyme, as a member of the Town Building Committee with a term to expire on January 8, 2024.
Second.
Comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Okay.
Move to appoint Peter Burrell, 17 Seaview Avenue, Niantic, as a member of the Water Assessment Board of Appeals with a term to expire on January 8, 2024.
Second?
Comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstain?
Move to appoint Kevin W. Seri, 33 Smith Street, Niantic, as a member of the Water Assessment Board of Appeals with a term to expire on January 8, 2024.
Second.
Been seconded. So for the record, that's the
My son.
That's the junior.
Well, not junior, but my son.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
The-
yes.
The younger.
The younger.
Mr. Seri, not this one to my right. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain?
Move to appoint Wayne Blair, 4 Hillside Avenue, Niantic, as a member of the Zoning Board of Appeals with a term to expire on January 8, 2024.
Second.
Comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain?
Move to appoint David Schmidt, 6 Clark's Lane, Niantic, as a member of the Zoning Board of Appeals with a term to expire on January 8, 2024.
I'll second.
Any comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain?
And lastly, move to appoint Kevin Mase, 25 Patagonia Drive, East Lyme, as a member of the Zoning Board of Appeals with a term to expire January 8, 2024.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstain? Great. Do we have any others?
Nope, that is it. We have a couple more, but we'll bring those back next month.
Terrific.
When?
Appointments.
Oh,
Wonderful. I can start with ex officio reports and start with Mr. Daigle.
Harbor Inland Wetlands Agency has 2 applications ahead of it, one for regulated activities for 108 apartment building complex for North Brybrook Road in East Lyme. They've voted to go to a public meeting for that, so that'll continue on to the next couple of meetings. Second application is for a determination of whether work for a 6-lot subdivision on Roxbury Road requires a permit or not, and that was continued to the next meeting to make that decision. Harbor Management and Shellfish Commission, they reported that the scalloping opened on Sunday. be open through 115. There's some scallops out in the river. Not an overabundance of them, but they're out there. I have a question coming through of who owns their boat, whether it's owned by the town of East Lyme. They have to go determine that. Harbor management plan revision is going through the last couple of changes. They hope to get that back to us here in the near future and get it approved. There's a potential future discussion of opening the whole bay to shell fishing, as well as the Black Point and Patagonia estuary areas for shell fishing. And they did discuss the issue with the activities that were going on at Marker 7 and informed the rest of the commission that the town and potentially the Board of Selectmen would take the lead on working on that item, vice that commission. And, I'm sorry, wrong note. So just let us know what was going on with the zoning concerns, so.
Sorry.
Right. But that the Board of Selectmen would be taking the lead as the licensing agent for the East Lyme portion of the Niantic Rimmer for commercial shell fishing leases going forward, if any are to come aboard, come in front of us. And they, budget-wise, they're on track for their budget, and they haven't been requested yet, but they expect to be requesting the same budget as last year, $10,000. And they did approve an application to take oysters from the Patagonia estuary for the purpose of a study being done by, I believe it's a federal agency, so 100 oysters to be harvested there to support that study. That's all I have for those two. And from the Public Safety Building Advisory Committee, we're expecting soon to get construction drawings presented to us, if not by the end of the year, the beginning of January. We're scheduled to meet in the first week of January. We do have to come through with town staff the methodologies that we want to put in the bids when we go out for construction. We did agree to have the Sallyport and Sells as a bid alternate delete, so we will be asking for a hard bid price, depending on our recommendation and subsequent approvals by boards and town people. That portion of the bid can be deleted if we're not going to move forward. Okay. And we did ask for bid alts for two items, one being the elevator. The base bid's going to have the elevator shaft in it, and the elevator will be a bid all add that we could recommend adding to the package. And the second alt bid add would be for any structural upgrades that are needed if the modification application to the state of Connecticut is not approved. So that's where we stand, and hopefully here sometime early in the February timeframe, maybe the first week of March, we will have some bids in for the work, and we'll make a recommendation to this board, and then we can go forward. So
Terrific.
Getting close to being able to know what the actual cost will be, and we'll be in a position to make the town will be in a position to make a decision how to proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Dago.
I have a couple questions.
Sure.
So, when the department moves in, at this point, do we have a general idea of when that might be?
Right now, a preliminary schedule that was identified by the architect, and it'll depend on the building process and how long we take to approve what's going to be done. The earliest will be the June timeframe. Could go a little longer if the Sallyports are in, that construction takes place, but it's going to be, I would say, sometime between June and September would be a good period based on the amount of work we approve and performance by the contractor.
Okay, so my question is, we have an agreement with Waterford, and do you know, I don't remember offhand when that agreement is up for
I
renewal.
believe it expires July 1st of this year, and I have had preliminary conversations with them to be able to extend that for a short period of time. unless we find out otherwise. We're assuming we're going to have the Sally Ports with the detail, and otherwise we'll have to negotiate if they are willing to. And there's some indication they're not willing to extend that because they're out of room in their evidence area. So there's a little workaround there, but I'm working with Watford on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mr. Cunningham?
I have nothing tonight.
Okay. Mr. Salerno?
Mine's gonna be really long, but Michelle already gave half of my report. The only other thing I can report is I had a very short planning meeting. Kevin was able to cover me because I had a kids' concert, but Kirk Scott was re-elected chairman and Michelle Williams was elected secretary.
Wonderful.
Building meets tomorrow, and I haven't had a library this month. So.
Mrs. Hardy?
Zoning only meets once in December, so I already reported at the last meeting on that. And a discussion ongoing with some of the concerns about the shellfishing or oyster operation were expressed at the Natural Resources Commission, and that's it.
Mr. Seri?
Both youth services and Parks and Rec were canceled this month because of lack of quorum, which is not unusual this time of the year.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. I have a fairly short report. You know, we've been struggling with winter storms. We've had, I think, 3 or 4 days of canceled school already this year, and our guys have been called in. Very tough timing of the storms, where they start up in the middle of the night and go into the day, and that's been troublesome for the schools, and also calling our guys in. So we're hitting our overtime budget a little hard early in the season. Some people predict that it will be this kind of season. We've had one storm a week lately. I heard next week's going to be a little light for weather, which is a good thing. We recently had our holiday parade. We had to push it back a day because of some of the rainy weather that came in here on Saturday. What a wonderful event, maybe the best ever. We had wonderful quality floats throughout the parade. Lots of people, considering it was pushed off from Saturday to Sunday, lots of people came out, 10, 15 deep by the time we got down to Dunkin' Donuts. And I saw it from the parade side of the street as I was in the parade. But wonderful, and thank you to Dominion, who donated money for the fireworks. I think that's a big hit. It brings people down and puts a little festive tone at the start. We're a beach town that knows how to do holidays pretty good too. That's for sure. I congratulate the people that have worked so hard with the Miracle League fields. They recently had a fundraiser. I don't think we mentioned this at the last event, last meeting, that they raised $80,000 at their gala for the building of this field. They are at their number where they're going to go to bid. They are gone to bid. They have gone to bid. We're going to see shovels in the ground when the eventual winter ends and we get into spring weather. We're going to see shovels in the ground, and sometime in 2020 we're going to be able to witness kids playing on that field in our region, from our region. That's just a wonderful thing. Obviously, lots of credit goes to Dave Putnam, who is our Parks and Rec director, but has this passion as well, and he does this with all his spare time to raise money and organize this. So my heartfelt congratulations and admiration to Dave Putnam. What a leader. Lastly, on behalf of this town, it's very festive in Town Hall and other departments. Christmas and Hanukkah decorations have been up for a little while, and there's Christmas parties in different departments and all that. And we have wonderful staff throughout the town, wonderful people that serve our town. They don't just punch a clock; they serve and try to deliver excellence in what they do. So, from all of us to maybe the listening and watching public, we say Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, whatever you might celebrate. And I wish you all a safe and healthy and happy and even prosperous New Year. That's all.
I have a couple of last minute things.
Yes, ma'am.
So, it was reported by both Channel 3 and Channel 8 News that if you need to take your children someplace to enjoy the holiday spirit, come to Niantic to the Light Parade.
Yes.
And so I think a lot of people did do that. Secondly, the article that appeared in the Lyme Times regarding the recreation of the Silver Skate was picked up and carried in the Chicago Tribune
Oh, really? That's
as
fantastic.
a
Wow.
lead story.
That's real.
So that's another piece of positive news for our community, I think.
Isn't that great?
It is.
This was-
The Chicago Tribune. Who would have suspected? So here again, we have a lot of creative people in town, industrious people, lots of good ideas, and I'm happy to live here.
Yeah.
I think
Aren't we
that's
all? My guess is, Roseanne, that you probably have a former student working at the Chicago Tribune. And there's some connection there somewhere.
I don't, but I do have somebody on Wall Street Journal and New York Times, so I'm going to have to get after them.
Get after
Oh,
them.
yeah, come on, yeah. They have a good circulation, too.
That's wonderful. You're right, yeah, and what a great time. What a great idea it was to bring back the Silver Skate. What a great festive thing.
Josh is a great asset to
Great
the
idea,
community.
great
The
idea.
original cash register too.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, if you go in there, it's quite old.
Oh, and the other thing is, we got this news release from Governor Lamont on land conservation, and I think, do you know anything about deadline for submitting applications?
I know Gary Gaishel is working on something right now for that grant that was
Okay.
just released.
Because we do have from the last POCD lists of properties that we would like to acquire if money were available. It's some money, but we would have to supplement it. As the total amount, it seems to be $5 million. We'd have to supplement it with local funds, but
Right.
I think it's worthwhile. And we all have various ex officios that deal with this general topic of land preservation and open space, preservation of historical properties. So,
Indeed. Yeah, we're working on it downstairs and another project too that we're about to go to ex officio, not ex officio, a executive session for, so I can further update you on that.
all right, thank you.
Nobody in the audience for public comments, so therefore probably no selectmen's response. We can move to executive session.
I'll make a motion to move into executive session for the purpose of discussing property transactions.
Second?
Terrific. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Wonderful.
You wanna
We
do it?
can stay here
Okay,
if you want to.
Yes.
okay. Kill the
So we'll turn
mics.
off the